Welcome back to Dishonored 2. Now, I think it's time to go down into the basement.
Careful, don't throw it. Drop it gently. It's...
Or not. I think it's a better idea if you guys just sleep. Now, you're probably wondering what they were going to talk about. We'll get around to that very soon. Even the basement is nice in this house. Of course, with a possible oh, come on. With a possible exception, thank you brain, of this little minor bloodfly infestation in the basement. That will be dealt with quickly enough. I really need both of them to disappear. And then there should be... I thought there was a paper lying here somewhere. Maybe in the past. What? A rat swarm? How dare they? Now the hole is a bit bigger and the room is flooded instead. I was absolutely sure there was some kind of paper or something describing... maybe it is the guards that says what you need to know. Nah. There we go. My faithful Jamie, I have discovered a leak in the basement. Nope. Don't go and fix it, good man. There is a bloodfly nest near it and the situation is altogether too dangerous. I'm sure another solution will present itself once I think on it a bit. Unfortunately, I have a lot on my mind right now. In the meantime, let's seal up that portion of the basement to close off the danger. The water is likely to rise a bit, so be sure to keep the drain stoppers open. How's your leg? If it's still bothering you, I can have the doctor round to give it a look. Kindly, Aramis. There was something to eat around the corner here, I believe. Some grapes. Okay, heavy pouch. So we need this crank wheel. Only to throw it through that hole. Silver ingot. Then transition. And then go through. Carry the wheel. Go inside here. Attach the wheel and turn it. And drain the room of water. Which will then give you access to a room. And if you didn't want to use arrows, there would be flammable things in here to deal with the infestation. Oh, I don't think you can deal with it in both timelines. So the water leak will be here. Blood amber. This safe is inaccessible. Let's get out of here again. Back into the past. Then let's deal with the elevator, I think. I don't remember exactly how I did this. Let's take the elevator. I might have to crash it. Come on. And we have a bone charm, restorative glimmer. Health regenerates while using dark vision. I don't think there's anything else down in the basement. Can get into the elevator without crashing it down, by the way. Found that to be the most expedient way of doing it right now. Okay, so we could use another sleep dart. Okay, that's quick enough to go gather. Just a matter of going back here, and there should be one lying there. At least in the future. Here we go. Sorry, in the past. Now there's the final area of this part of the building, which is the swimming pool. Of course, has a bloodfly infestation. Need my sticky grenades here, I think. I don't think there's anything flammable for us to use. Although this first of the nests we can just chop down. And the final one we can just burn. This huge mass. And that's all of the bloodfly nests dealt with. Don't worry if you're wondering about me using way too many of my explosive items. I could use a few more incendiary arrows, but other than that, we are mostly fine, actually. Let's jump and take this guy out. One guard over there. There is one guard patrolling back and forth here. If you would be so kind as to turn around. Stilton sure has a rather large complement of guards in his house, but then again, having the entirety of the elite of the city here currently. Duke, Curator, the Grand Inventor. Okay, so that guard doesn't seem to want to move. Let's deal with this guy then. Would be simple enough. I don't think there are more than these 3 guards in here. I think we're pretty safe and can just walk around in here now. I will have my sleep dart back, thank you very much. Cabinet, dark bread. It's a peculiar place to put plantains. Coin. Some more coins down here. And then there's this part, the door that takes us out into the backyard. Lots of dust from the silver mines, it would seem. Okay, so we've dealt with the basement, we've dealt with the main hall. The only thing I would like is if there were any incendiary arrows or something like that lying around. But for now, let's go to the backyard. There should be a guard to our left.
Holy shit!
To load. Thank you. Just lie there. Mr. Stilton seems to be very obsessed with those traditional Sarkonan songs. This looks like a nice place to sit.
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then.
Luca will go too far. May I live to see that day. Theo, forgive me.
How many more hours of this? I have a timepiece I know. I'm gonna guess, what, 3? Yeah, about 3 more hours.
This place is populated by dogs in the present, so it's quite important to be careful here. I would like to take that guy out before he moves back to the group of guards. Preferably by the good old-fashioned knocking him out from behind way. Saves us an arrow. But I guess not. We can jump back in time, shoot the dog. Oh, sorry. There should be more dogs here, I believe. There we go. It's 3. There's a bloodfly nest there. It's safe. Those dealt with. And then our last incendiary arrow will be for that one. Sounds like there is a nest underneath here as well. Yes, there is. They will just keep on coming, so not sure if we can take out that nest. Is there another dog here? That is the big question. That one seems quite dead. In dire need of a new head. I think we're all out of everything else. Deep Howl Bolt. Stinging Bolt. Okay, let's jump.
Just unbelievable, man. I'm supposed to be doing blood in space.
Forget about that kiss.
Okay. So this guy we can take out like that. And then if we jump down here, we can deposit him pretty much out of the way. Let's see if we can do something about that bloodfly nest. To start the swing much sooner. There we go. Save. I don't think there are any dogs left, but I want to be absolutely certain there are not. This is where Mr. Stilton will be standing. Study door combination. With Duke Luca coming tonight, there will be so many strangers in my house. I shouldn't have agreed to host this cursed seance. Something is going to happen, I can feel it. Maybe I won't attend, feign sickness, or lock myself up in the bathroom. Anyway, I need to change the combination to the study door as I was asked. Let's focus on something else. Old memories. The page is stained with mold. A blurry list of numbers is barely visible.
Part of Stilton's combination is missing.
It will be there in the future, Emily. Do not worry. That's obviously where the dogs came from. Curious how they have survived here for 3 years, though. Let's deal with that final guard. Now Mr. Stilton should be all by himself. Nothing of interest. Let's get up back here.
There's the notebook.
Oh, he has a guard with him as well. So he isn't all alone. Let's transition in time. See if we can't jump back onto the terrace. Have a look up here in this correct time period. Oh, geez, there is a major bloodfly infestation going on here. Amazing what a few swings with a sword can do. Even with an infestation as bad as that. Okay, now to take out Mr. Stilton himself, that is our final task here in the garden. To do that, we need to be standing in a very specific spot here, like so, and then
This
do
is
that.
to keep you from seeing whatever drove you into a nightmare tonight.
And that.
By rendering Stilton unconscious, I changed the past. But how?
Study door combination. So, 5. The coins in my pocket when I left Morley and came to Karnaca. 1 coin for each week until I take another boat and join you, my mother said, but then she never came. 7, my birth month. I'm probably the only person who knows the date since Theodanis passed away. 9, the number painted on my lunch bucket when I worked the mines. I was just a kid, but it feels like yesterday. Get the sleep dart back. Now, whatever you do, you don't want to jump in time if you take out Mr. Stilton like I just did, before you are certain that you are in a safe spot. So let's go up here, and then crouch and boom. Now would you look at that? No more blood flies, no more horrors. There's even music here.
Don't know what hurts more, my feet or my neck. They're running me into an early grave.
So there are 2 servants. Let's take out her. Put her here. Jump again. Some coins here. There's a workman. There's a servant sitting quietly there. Sure, we can take out that workman quietly, but indeed we can. He should be all alone now. So it's just a matter of shooting him. Then place him here. Looks like Mr. Stilton likes to come here to paint. Turn off the audiograph. Save the game. Jump back in time. Let's head on in. And again, the place looks much more nice now. But that's not what we're looking for. We're going here. I think it's at 579. Now this place
Is everything mixed up here? What happened?
Weird.
It's time to begin. Where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he and my father were close.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge where natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
All of you, Delilah is your rightful empress. You owe her this.
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions.
So this scene is replaying over and over and over again. Thanks to whatever they were doing here. Don't that. And here we go.
Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it now!
You returned from the cold, from forever.
She lives.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I thought we'd lost you.
Brianna, Luca, I will never abandon you. Wait, you are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you.
The void beyond the world is strange. I won't ever understand all I've seen.
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it now!
Just keeps repeating itself over and over and over again.
From the cold, from forever.
She lives.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I thought we'd lost you.
Brianna, Luca, I will never abandon you. Wait, you are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you.
Ah, stun mine.
Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it now!
You returned from the cold, from forever.
She lives.
Mr. Stilton was probably not prepared to see such a thing. But now we know Delilah's secret. He moved the sculpture over there, and he has a statue of, I think that is Theodanis, a bell. Bone charm, robust. Elixirs, Restore slightly more health. Stilton and Abel to discuss Miners Fund. Aramis Stilton, silver mine owner and advocate for workers, has called for a meeting with Duke Luca Abel to negotiate the creation of a new fund to benefit the victims of mining accidents. Currently, no such fund exists, and injured miners are simply let go from their positions, expected to find other work despite missing limbs, blindness, and other serious impediments. The meeting will be the third such for the two, with so far not much agreed upon. However, Stilton says he remains hopeful that the health fund will be established and well funded before the end of the year. Letter from Muranola Architecture. To Mr. Aramis Stilton, good sir, we are writing to inquire about the finished work on your new office. Does everything meet with your expectations and approval? Are any adjustments needed? Have the workmen sufficiently cleaned up after their construction activities? Should everything prove satisfactory, we will follow shortly with our invoices. Respectfully yours, K. Kierkegaard and A. Muranola. Muranola Architecture and Supplies. It's a very massive painting. Apartment in Karnaka, Curiosity Wall. Raw whalebone and some feathers. A movable bookshelf that it would appear that we cannot move. And here we cannot move because this never happened. Okay, let's have a look around here. Sure, he has repaired the elevator. There's a servant.
Between flies and the filth, it's getting hard to breathe around here.
Put her in here. Should be very careful when I move around so they don't see me.
She left that apartment. Dust everywhere.
The butterfly room has also been massively changed. Mr. Stilton has certainly done some refurbishments to his house in those 3 years. Okay. Now let's go down. No, we need to check the bedroom and the silvergraph room.
What's wrong with people?
Anyone in here? That I can see. Thought I heard someone breathe. But it might have been from downstairs. Tivianor. This looks very pleasant now. I guess the person working for Stilton with the Silvergraph project finally got the recognition he or she deserved. very happy if I found some chloroform. Okay. I wonder why that door was locked. Not like there's anything particularly useful or interesting in here anyways, but... I saved his house and then I go on a rampage to find loot. Oh well. There are 4 people down there. 5. I vaguely recall the butler going upstairs.
This place is a dump anyway.
Some cough.
Too many years in the silver mines. But go ahead, he won't be back until very late tonight. He's throwing a party for one of the miners who's retiring.
They broke the mold when they made old Aramis Stilton.
Yeah, so true. It's really the man's heart that's made of silver. I don't know.
The butler is indeed going upstairs, which is exactly what I want. So that I can quietly take him out and put him in the butterfly room. That looked a bit uncomfortable. There we go. Maybe open the door first. There are 4 of them. Jump. What has he done to this area? Not much of interest, it would seem. Balcony has been repaired. That's about it. But I think that we'll end the episode here, and there are plenty of things that's going to happen anyway, so thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next.